Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome, everyone. I am your host, Ivermectin, and we are here for Fighting Fantasy Citadel of Chaos Blind playthrough. Bit of a mouthful, part 3. So to recap from the last episode, we fell down a pit to our death trying to grab a chest, but we learned a lot of valuable intel, such as we have this map, which is partially complete, partially incomplete. So I rolled my character off screen just to make it a bit quicker and speed it up so we don't have to go through the whole intro of the game again. So I'll show you what happened. So I got the best skill roll, so I got 6, so that's really good. So I can fight a lot of stuff with my sword now. Average stamina, really. Really trash luck. And not that great magic, middling, but not terrible. So I decided to grab, because we're not going to be relying on luck, I grabbed all spells apart from luck and 2 creature copies. So that's our new character. It's a better character than the one we had before. So now we're going to have to sort of play to our strengths and fight more stuff with the sword. So let's get on to it. So I won't read out everything in this episode like if we've already seen it before. So as we've already seen one, I would just go for it. So I'm still going to explore the herbalist line here. So because what happened was we tried it before, didn't work. So we tried one of the names, didn't work. So I'm going to try another name. So we're on to page 261, page 261. Went a bit too far. Page 261. The dog got 8 passes to your herbs. Luckily, you grabbed a few handful of weeds on your way and you show them, cocking its head to one side. Yeah, so it wants a name. So we tried Pincus last time. I'll write that down here because I didn't actually write down what name it was. So it was Pincus Strong Cancer. So we know that's this time we're going to go gates, not B. And we're going to say, we'll say the first one, Kiltrog. Okay, so Kiltrog, go to 81, page 81, page 81. The dogs laughs at you and tells you that Kiltrog is a lazy, good for nothing and is not worth saving. You breathe a sigh of relief as he walks back and shouts for the gatekeeper. Moments later, the gatekeeper appears and opens a small doorway to let you in. Okay. So I will say, okay, so Kiltrog is the correct answer. So that's how you can always guarantee your way into the Citadel. Cool. So which page are we turning to now? We're turning to page 251, 251. 251. So yeah, we're in the courtyard. So what I'm going to do is we're just in the courtyard again. So I'm going to try to approach groups again. So I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, approach groups, but I'll write that down. But I'm going to approach the other group this time. So yard, approach groups. Not with a double G. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. So now we get 2 options. So we get to talk with the two by the torch. They're the arguing ones about the price of the dagger. So we're going to go to the group of 4 creatures around the fire. So 339. So I'll just write it here. Always keeping a good log is really important in these games. Creatures around fire. Group around the fire 339. 339. Okay. A motley crew. Pour some sugar on me, or is that someone else? Is that Def Leppard? I can't remember. Let's get back on track. A warty-faced orc is holding out scraggy chunks of half-cooked meat to the others. A snarling dwarf with green skin is complaining about the size of the piece, while 2 scruffy goblins, a man and a woman, are cuddling each other. They giggle and laugh. Every so often she slaps his ugly face, causing more merriment. As you approach, they stop and turn around to look at you with unwelcoming faces. They sneer at your neat appearance, and the female goblins whispered some comments to her mate. In front of the dwarf, you see an open box. So maybe we want to get at that open box. You can make out a vial of liquid in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the ask them politely option. Just to say. Maybe actually. I think because they're a bit like rough and ready, as it were, I think I'll go for the just force your way down. So I'll sit down with them 1-3. So I will forcefully sit down. Let's see how that goes. Just so yeah, sit down with them around the fire. So 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Okay, they are taken back by your audacity. Rather than waiting for them to talk, you act aggressively and demand to know how to get into the Citadel. They point to the main entrance, obviously a little bewildered by your confident manner, and whisper amongst themselves. The orc tells you that you will need the password scimitar to get in. You ask them about the vial of liquid within the box. Okay, so I'll write that down. So yeah, that rewards you with the password. So I think that was the right option. Yeah, so I sort of saw that. Okay, to get in, you ask about the vial liquid in the box, whereupon they get agitated. Okay, will you press them for more information about the vial, or leave them and head for the 2 men you saw earlier, or press on towards the back tower? I think, yeah, I'm gonna press them for information. I mean, they might get offended, but so I'm going to press them for information about it. So 60 to press them for information. The creatures become suspicious as you press them for information. The dwarf springs to his feet and brands a wooden club, while the goblin and orcs grab swords and glare at you. The goblin's mistress shrieks and steps back several paces as the others advance towards you. You'll have to fight them. You may use a magic spell. What I think I'm going to do is think, because I'm so powerful, I'm going to just go for the sword, because I think they'll be quite weak, you know. Yeah, because it's early on in the game. So, and I think it's really wants to keep me off the game is going for all these options to keep me off this vial. So I believe I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to Press them, fight with sword is what I chose. So I'm going to go 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3. You draw your sword just in time. The dwarf is almost upon you. Fight them each in turn. So yeah, they're really weak. So yeah, let's fight them. So this is the first fight. So I'm going to go enemy skill. So what is it? Is it 5, 7? 5, 6. 5, 6. Me is 12 plus, and enemy is 5 plus. Okay, let's roll the dice. Okay, so I get 8. This is going to be really easy. They get 6. So I land a hit. I mean, it would be a very unlucky scenario if I actually take a hit on this one. So I get a 7. And he gets 3. 2. So I get an 8. He gets a 6. So there we are, first enemy down. So 6, 4. 6, 4. So he's got a marginal more chance of hurting me, but not really much. So I get a 10. And he gets a 9. So there's a 2. I get an 8. It gets a 3. So there's that enemy down. So and the final enemy here is 5, 7. So it's the last one, which was 5, 7. This one has basically no chance of hitting me. So I get 6. 9. So yeah, enemy takes the hit. Just to make my mouse a bit easier to grab. I get 7. It's 5. So there's another hit. I get an 8. Gets an 8 as well, so 8 versus 8, so that means another hit for him. I get a 4. A 7. Yeah, so the enemy goes down to -1 and he's dead. Okay. So if you win 235. 235. Afraid that the commotion may have attracted attention, you peer out into the darkness. Nothing seems to be happening. Going through the pockets of the creatures, you find 8 gold pieces, a copper-coloured key, and a jar of dark, creamy ointment. Okay, 8 gold pieces. Right, so let's just write down what items I've got. So let's get rid of the enemy skill bit. So let's go 8 gold pieces. That's what I've got. Copper coloured key. Right. Jar of dark creamy ointment. So I'll just put jar of so I'll just go copy fight with sword. Win get. Yeah. Okay, that's so right, let's read through the whole thing now. Okay, 8 gold pieces, a copper coloured key, and a jar of dark creamy ointment. You may take any 2 of these with you. So, right, so 2 of them with you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take. So I'll take the. Yes, I'll take the copper coloured key and the ointment. So I'll say. So what I'll do is I'll fool's gold so what I'll do is, so the game is written in that you can get the dagger and this stuff. So I'm going to go back and talk to the guys by the phone. I think that's a bit of like a logical thing. Okay. You try to turn into the vial liquid, you make out its inscription on the lid, written in runes. Your heart leaves, you realise it's a potion of magic and is very rare. Within the vial is enough liquid for 2 doses, and each has the effect of raising your magic score by 1 point, allowing you the energy to use 1 extra spell. You may take this potion with you after using any spell. When you drink the potion, you need not cross it off your spell list. Remember, the potion will work twice. Okay, so I will jar of creamy ointment, 2 doses. So what I'll do is I will. Yeah, so. Right, so allows to use a spell. Use extra spell. So that's definitely like probably the best option what's happened thus far. So now what I'll do is I'll go to the 2 men talking by the torchlight. 269. 269. Okay, so what I'll do is I will again, I'll buy it this time and see what it is. So I will go. So I'll go, yeah. 2 men torchlight. Again. So, and I will say again, I'll say the top option. Because I'm going to full scold it. So I'll say top option. And I will full scold. So I'll go the top money option. I'll say top money. And then I'll full scold it. Yeah, so I'm going to go 10, 2, 2, 5. 2, 2, 5. Yeah, so I will use the Fool's Gold spell to buy it. So I will say, yeah, so I will use, so what's the option? So you may use a Fool's Gold spell. Yeah, so I will use the Fool's Gold spell. So what I will do is I will just do that. Yeah, that's that. So I will do that and I will use 1 of my doses. So deduct this spell and turn to 15. Yeah, so yeah, just checking it. You may use to buy the knife, deduct the spell, and turn to 15. So 15 to buy the knife. The dagger is indeed a work of art and is undoubtedly worth a fair price. The blade is made of shiny metal and the hilt is a particular green leather with inlaid stones. You read the inscription, which tells you that this enchanted throwing dagger, which never misses. In future combat, you may use this dagger to throw at an opponent. It will automatically inflict 2 stamina points of damage without the need to roll attack strength, but you may only use it once. Okay, that's not really very good though. Okay, so what I'll do is I will go top me an option. Fools. Gold. And then I'll write down dagger which never misses. Okay, so I've got the throwing dagger, which is once per game, inflict 2 at the start of combat. Okay, so at least we know what it is now. It's not going to be miraculously important to the game. So we go 2, 4, 5. But at least we're learning. That's the main point. We're learning information as the game goes on, whether it's worth it or not. So now 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. Okay, so what I'm going to do. A sword, but she laughs. So I'm just going to. So then we meet Tornado Woman again. So we again meet Tornado. We again meet her. And we're just going to. I'm going to go for the option of just like sort of like talk to her. So I'm just going to go to walk on. So I'm just going to say walk on. That's the option I'm going to choose. So we ignore her and continue. So 1, 6, 1, 1, 6, 1. 1, 6, 1. She's deeply insulted by your indifference. The whirlwind rises once more, and this time she knocks you off your feet. You try calling for her, but she positions herself in front of whichever direction you turn. You'll have to outwit her, but how will you start? So what I'm going to do, I will because we already know, so I will make anger obvious. Let's go for it. Let's make anger obvious. 106. 106. Yeah. Okay. She laughs at you and tells you she likes to see people getting angry. In good humour, she accompanies you for several meters. Conversation is difficult. She sees something in the different shadows and nips off to investigate, allowing... Okay, so that seems to be the right option for getting rid of her. So then she just gives up and lets you on. So we know that sort of like pacifying her, which what I tried to do last time, is a bad idea. Take a sip of water and don't ding my microphone, so we know how to deal with her now. Right, where were we? Yeah, so here. So 2, 18, 2, 18. In front of you is the large wooden door, firmly locked. You have either knocked 3 times for the guard. So because we now know, so... Oh, wait, so I think I also got this wrong on my map. I think the tornado woman isn't on some offshoot path. She's like here before the wooden door. So yeah. So what I did, because I thought last time I went down another path and had to run back to the courtyard, then go there. Okay, it makes sense for her to be here. So you've got a large. So we're at the large wooden door again. Yeah. Well, so we want to knock 3 times for the guard. So we're gonna large wooden door. Large wooden door, and we're gonna knock 3 times for the guard. Knock 3 times to the guard. 118, 118. So, oh yeah, so I'll also get rid of this because it's just just make it the map a bit more clearer. Okay, let's go. The door opens up and a large bruised creature steps out with a horn in the forehead and its skin appears to be out. It grunts and asks you what you want and demands the password. If you know the password, turn to 273. This time we do know it. Scimitar. So 273. We know the password. 273, 273. 273. Is the password Scimitar, Ganges, or Kraken? So, yeah. Answer Scimitar. So 371, 371. Sorry, 371. The creature grunts and opens the door to let you in. 177, 177. You're in a narrow hallway. This continues for several meters and ends in a doorway. Halfway along the passage, you can see an archway where some steps lead downwards. Will you go forwards to the door, turn to 5, or creep down the steps, turn to 3, 4, 4? So last time, if I just pull up the map, we went through this whole part down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the main door, because I think this main door may be a dead end or it may be a block off because we've got all this stuff down here. So I'm predicting maybe this goes like this or something, but I'm going to try and go for that door because it might be just a dead end with some useful stuff in it. So yeah. So now it continues for some, yeah. So you go forwards to the door. So we're in the hallway, and then we go to hallway. Then we go to door. See what's going to happen there. So we go forward, turn to 5, 5, 5, 5. Yep, so you try the handle of the door and it turns, opening into another hallway some distance long. passageway turns right and ends shortly in another door. On this door is I'll map this in first. So the passageway turns right and ends shortly in another door. Okay, so yeah. So I was a bit wrong there. And it ends in another door. Yep. So that was 5 we were on. Opening into some long, which reads, please roll the bang for butler. A rope, evidently the bell hangs by the door. Will you ring as instructed or try the door handle? So I think this is gonna be a high class person I'm talking to. So I'm gonna say ring as instructed 40. Go to door, and I'm gonna go ring as instructed. This playthrough has gone really smoothly thus far. Ring as instructed. This could be my first mistake, but turn to 40 to ring as instructed. 40, 40, 40. Okay, here we are. So after several moments, the door opens slowly and a hunchback, misshapen creature with rotten teeth, ragged hair, and tattered clothes stands in front of you. Yes, sir, what can I do for you? Growls the half-human creature. I am expected, you reply, and walk past him through the door with confidence. He is a little bewildered by your manner and stammers, not knowing whether to challenge you or not. Which way to the reception room, you demand. He squints at you through one eye and motions towards the left in a passageway a short distance ahead. Will you believe him and take the left wing? Oh, right, so... Okay, left fork or right fork. So we've got... Because obviously now that went off to the right to end in that door. So it's now... Bring up the map. So left and right is now up or down. So I'll bring this. So I'll go. So I will go butler room for this. So I think if we tilt to the side, so there's going to be 2 ways. Right. So obviously now, this right, just to be sure, yeah, that's right. It seems to go back towards the thing. So this means it's right is probably a dead end. So which way does he recommend? He motions towards the left passage a short way ahead. Do you believe him and take the left point, or you distrust him and take the right? So I'm going to distrust and take the right. Because I think that will explore more of the game. Because I probably have to be forced to go. So right, turn to 2. So just number 2. A little way up the passage, there's a doorway on the right hand side. This door has some strange scrawlings on it, but they're in a language you do not understand. Okay, so... Okay, right. So that didn't... So, right, okay. Which one was it? It was 2. Yeah, okay, so I'll highlight it. So we will try to, so a little way up the passage there's a doorway on the right hand side, so we are going here, draw the map, so there's going to be, so right is now left, so there's a door here. And the passage continues. Okay, so I'm going to take the door we shall see where it leads. So will you try opening the door? 142. 142. Do you write that down? Let's just take the right. Open the door. Right, so try opening the door. 142. 142. 142. You try the handle and it turns. You can hear nothing coming from inside the room. So you open the door and look around. The room is small with a golden candlestick on the table. But suddenly you hear, so I'll call it Golden Candlestick Room. So we are... That's where we are, Golden Candlestick Room. But certainly you hear, yeah, and I'll write that in my notes as well. Okay. Right, so you can hear nothing coming from inside the room, so Golden Candlestick, but suddenly you hear a creaking sound coming from the floor. Too late, you realise that the stones beneath your feet are shifting to reveal a trap. You fall feet first into a pit. As you hit the bottom, you roll sideways, down another passage, and continue rolling downwards. Try as you might, you cannot stop yourself from rolling ahead over fields, and eventually you come to a halt in a small chamber. But the shock has been too much for you. The world goes black around you. You hear exciting chatterings, then you pass out. Okay, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And that sounds like someone we know, doesn't it? 2, 3, 4. Okay, so... Alright, so now I thought we were going to end up with Seamus again, actually. So it looks like we fell downwards a lot. So I will draw this on the map. So I'll say we're sort of like... I'll just draw, you know... And then we're in... Just to say it reads to, so we're in some form of prison here. Prison. So we still got this down here to explore. This we haven't seen. This we haven't seen. Okay. I thought it would be a dead end, which has like a load of stuff in it. Guess what's wrong? You wake up in a dirty room with rough walls cut into the rock. Iron bars in the window and door confirm your suspicion that you are in a prison cell of some sort. There's not too much you can do but sit on the straw mattress in one corner until someone appears. An hour or so later, you hear a shuffling noise outside. Looking through the bars in the door, you see a lizard-like creature shuffling down the corridor, carrying a mug and bowl. The beast has 2 heads which talk to each other as he walks. Its skin is grey and scaly, and a long tail follows it up the passage. It stops at your door and pushes a bowl and mug through the small opening into your cell, then shambles out to sit at the table across the hall. You have been given bread and broth. Will you eat and drink, or call out to the creature, a calacrom, to take your food? Oh, what? So wait a sec. So he stops at your door and pushes the bowl and mug through a small opening into your cell, then shambles the home. So bread and broth. So we have those in our possession now. Broth. So we fell down and are in a pretty bad situation, but we've got some free food. We eat and drink, or we call out to this creature, Caliprom, to take your food. Right, to take your food. Oh, sorry, yeah. There's, yeah. To take your food, turn to 379. I'll try and get his attention. Why not? So actually, I need to, because the food could be bad for us. I don't think it's going to be any special collectible. So yeah, fell down into prison. Okay, so now we're in prison, and so we're going to talk to the creature. Right, so 6-9 to call out, to shout to the creature. Okay, the creature is not very talkative, but you do discover that you are in the dungeons beneath the Black Tower and you'll probably never be released, unless you are given to the Ganges for sport. When you question him on Balthasar, he goes silent. You had better use a spell to get you out of this prison. So yeah, so I'll say, talks about Balthasar. I actually sort of read a bit of the lore on how this game came to be. So Balthus was the name of a French painter, and Dyer is just Dyer. So that was just how I think Steve Jackson, yeah, the author of this book, how he came up with the name. So we talk about Balthasar, and then now we need to. So I'll just say, we talked about Balthasar. But you do discover that there are dungeons beneath the Black Tower, so unless you are given to the Ganges for sport, then you question him about Balthasar. He goes silent. You obey. So 193. 193. 193. Okay. Choose a spell: Fool's Gold, ESP, or Illusion. So I don't think ESP would be that useful because it's just perceiving stuff. So what I'll do is I think I'll do Illusion. So I'll create a big illusion to try and get him to. Yeah, I'll go for that because I think that's probably the best surefire, because ESP is not going to really do anything here because it's just going to, like, psychic abilities, like reading his mind, not really that useful. Well, like predicting the future, reading mind. I'm going to go for Illusion 35. So use Illusion. So, and I will just say 0 doses, so I'll keep my illusion spell. So illusion, turn to 35 to use the illusion. You concentrate on your illusion. You can either convince me he's being attacked by an enemy. Yeah, so what I would do. So, yeah, I think. Right, this is a tough one, actually, isn't it? Because. Yeah, it's a bit tough. So I will go for. I'll go for attacked by enemy. Let's go for it. It's a 50-50 split by enemy. Right, so you convinced me he's been attacked by enemy. So turn to 364. 364. 364. Okay. Your spell takes effect. You see a small speck run across the table. You curse as you realise that your spell can't have worked properly, but hope returns as one of the cowpom's heads sees the mouse and looks horrified. The other head suddenly notices it. Both shriek together. The creature jumps on the table, and the cowpom screams in terror as the harmless little mouse approaches. Sniffing fastidiously on the ground on the way, you let the cowpom suffer for some moments, and you call out you will get rid of the mouse for him if he will release you. He agrees quickly and throws you the keys. You let yourself out. You grab your sword, which is leaning against the wall, and set off down the passageway. A safe distance away, you break your spell and the mouse disappears. So, attack by enemy, it works. Works and you can escape. Okay, so turn to 174. 174. Okay. The passageway twists and turns, eventually ending in a flight of stairs going upwards. You climb the stairs and find yourself in a short passage ending at a dead end. As you examine the wall, you discover a short lever which you pull. The rock face ahead opens and slightly closes behind you as you walk through. You're now standing in front of the door, which is locked. So, yeah, so we've gone upstairs again. Right. So I'm sort of like a bit confused as to where to sort of go with this. So we'll. Okay. So yeah, we just got the pathway out of the prison. So we don't know where the prison is. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Which you pull, the rock face head open slightly and close it as you walk through. You're now standing in front of a door which is locked. We tried to break it down. So we will. What we will do is we'll say. So we will try to break it down to 6-8. So break down a door 268 268 268. As you hit the door, so you break your way into the room. So works. Turn to 210. Turn to 210. Yeah, so actually it just ends up in the Seamus room. So obviously, so I thought that might happen. So I would just say, after you escape the prison, it goes to table room. So I thought I was right, as in this stuff here would have to lead back to here. So basically, we always want to. So basically, on our next playthroughs, we're going to go down here or into here. So I think I'm going to go down here and then see if this is a dead end here, because this has to be a dead end. Or, this one could be here and connect. So you just end up back there anyway. So I think if you go down here, you're always going to end up back here, because that's why I thought it would have to be like that, because I don't think the game could diverge in that many directions. Okay, let's get on with it. So we know we know that this is not lethal at all, so we're gonna yeah, so we're just gonna table room, let hit. So we get to at least explore what the last room was even. So table room, let hit. We don't care, because it's just tomato juice anyway. So if you use this spell, turn to 102. If you cannot or will not, turn to 359. 359. 359. Okay, yeah. Doesn't do anything. So turn to 29. 29. Because obviously it's just tomato juice. As you get in, the white grin, yeah, so right. I'm gonna shake his hand again. So I think I want to try the other door. So shake hand, even though I know that I lose 1 skill point, but I get it back. So actually, I won't be getting it back here. So we shake his. So yeah, shake his hand. 271. 271. Shake hand. Yep. So we lose 1 skill point for, you know. Yeah. I'll put a bracket around these because these are the initial values. Okay, that's it. Yeah, okay, so what were the options again here? So I'm going to ask him for the way onwards again. Yeah, I'm going to ask for the way. Ask for the... I won't attack him, I'll ask for the way onwards. Even though it's... Yeah. I'll ask for the way onwards, yeah. Right. So I'll ask, yeah, 348, 348. Right, these 3 doors are the only way onwards. 2 of them are very dangerous. The other is very smelly. The opposite side of the room are 3 doors. So which one didn't I try before in game 1? So shake hand, lose 1 skill, way onwards. So I went bronze is the practical joke. Bronze is ultimately good. So I went bronze, copper. So I've done bronze and copper. So I will do brass, 207 brass. Brass. Alright, so brass, 207. Just to get it out of the way. Okay, so yeah, 188. So yeah, so 188. 188 is where the brass ends up. Okay. No. Okay, yeah, 188. Ah, right, so it. Ah, right, yeah. So it was definitely 188 I was on, yeah. So, yeah, so slash out at the creature, 51. So it looks like it's just going to be the same thing, so 51, yeah. Yep, 51, draw sword. So yeah, it just... because we know that the creature is ultimately harmless. If you cannot, a Walnut Cassiva turn to 280. So 51 goes to 280. So 280. 3, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. Yeah. A big practical joke. So, yeah. So, right, yeah. So that is ultimately... So, bronze... So, brass is just ultimately the same. Ultimately the same joke. Get mirror, man. Get silver mirror, so... Okay. Yeah. So obviously we get... It's going to be 11 now. Plus 1. And we've got... magic, sword, and silver mirror. Silver mirror. Right. There we go. That's... So now we've resolved this. So I'll say here... Resolved apart from attacking Seamus. Yeah, okay, right. So now we're going to want to choose what was the second one which led to the Wine Cellar. Right, so copper. So yeah, copper goes to Wine Cellar. So let's go to copper. 1, 4, 4 copper. So again, we're in the well. So we're going to see what the fellow might have to say again. We're going to choose a different wine. So Wine Cellar. See what he has to say. Again, yeah. See what the fellow might say. 56. Yeah. So right, yeah. So okay, so we tried the white, and the white wasn't any good last time. So we're going to try. So this time we're going to try the rosé wine. Try rosé wine. Because we've got to figure out which wine is good with 3 playthroughs. Okay, rosé wine. 3, 3, 4 rosé wine. 3, 3, 4 rosé wine. Okay, so you take a couple of sips, not bad, you take a mouthful. But as you do, you wonder why the elf is chuckling. He suddenly asks you whether you really are a guest. Although your mind is confirming that you are indeed a visitor, your voice is telling him that you are not. You have come to put an end to Balthus Dyer's plans for conquest. You curse as you realise that the wine has been spiked with truth serum. The Black Elf now knows your mission and must be prevented from telling others. You draw your sword, and as you do so, he pulls a small metallic device from a pouch tied around his waist. With a touch, it turns into a sword-edge weapon. Okay, so it's in fact a truth serum, and we're going to have to fight him. So maybe none of the wines are actually good. Okay, 275, 275. Okay, so you recognise the device as a pocket myriad, an enchanted gadget which can become any one of a number of weapons or useful artifacts. You both close for battle. You may fight him with your sword, or you may cast spell weakness. Not really interesting. Creature copy spell. No, if you cast an illusion spell. No, I'm just going to fight him, so he's not really that mighty, so it's just an 8-4. I can deal with that. Okay, so he's an... It's actually, yeah. So he's an 8-4. Yeah. Okay, so I do a 6. So it's 8 plus. So it's roll. He does a 4, so that's a hit for him. Oh yeah, sorry, I'll write down the magic sword is +1 here. So I get 7. So it's a 10. So yes, I believe I still, yes, I win. Yeah. Enemy down. So maybe none of the wines are good actually. So yeah. So if you wish to cast an illusion spell, if you fight him and win, 2-7-2. All right, you go for his pocket. So actually, I've never seen that where it's on the same page. Well, on the same, yeah. So you go for his pocket to find 8 gold pieces. The pocket myriad has unfortunately been damaged in the fight, but you may be able to find some use for it and take it with you. All right, so we're going to take 8 gold pieces, pocket myriad. So 8 gold pieces, pocket myriad. Okay, so I am going to fight him. Gold pieces, pocket myriad. And then I'm going to explore the cellar. Yeah. I think it's made me go through all that, so I'm going to explore the cellar. Either investigate the wine cellar 242. So I'm going to investigate the wine cellar 242. 242. The bottles and caskets contain hundreds of different types of wine. Some are exceedingly old and valuable. In one corner of the room there is a table laid out for sampling. 2 bottles and glasses. Will you try a sample of red wine or white wine? Or will you try neither and move onwards? So this is actually giving us... So I will try the red wine. Might as well get it out of the way. So red wine, just to see if it, does anything. Red wine, Yeah, we've tried white wine. We know white wine isn't any good. So, yeah, if you decide to leave your own. So we'll try red just to know it is 24 red. It's probably going to be bad, but just to know what it is, 24. It's the wine and consider it's, but you look in the direction the noise is coming from and you're horrified to see that the racks of bottles are moving on the road. One bottle flies from the place and hurtles towards you, narrowly missing your head and smashing on the wall behind you. Another bottle flies at you, then another, until you're being pelted by bottles with all direction. You realise that the only defence is a shielding spell. Okay. Yeah, bottles fly at you. So I will use the shielding spell. So now we've got 1 time shielding used. So so if you cast this spell, you can turn to 392. No, not 392. 372. 372. 372. Okay. You cast your shielding spell, a bottle hit you on the shoulder, you feel nothing. Something's not quite right, and you try to catch yourself. Unfortunately, it's already been cast, and you see the bottle smashing into the magic shield you have created. The bottle which has hit you has disappeared. You curse, you realise that the wine you just tasted had been some hallucinatory properties, and you are imagining a bottle attack. As this dawns on you, the bottles cease pelting on you, and you look again. The bottles are in place as normal. You decide to press on. So, actually, all wines are bad. So, you shielding. So, illusion wine. So, yeah, the best thing to do is going to be to just ignore the wines then. Maybe that's what Seamus said when he said the other one is very smelly. So, you decide to press onwards 95. So now we've explored a lot of that area. 95. We know now all wines are bad. Maybe there's still the thing of taking them and using them against other things. But yeah, so turn to 95. Let's just get out of there. We've been in that wine cellar long enough. The far end of the wine cellar is a wooden door, which you try opens out into a passageway which leads on for several meters. Turn to. So yeah, so if I now look at where we are on the map, we're now going through here. So I would imagine these are going to link up with these somewhere. Because, so turn to 367. 367. 367. Somewhere along the passage, you arrive at the four-way junction. You take the path to the north, which eventually leads to a large wooden door. You can hear nothing by listening at the keyhole. Will you try to open the door slowly and quietly, or charge the door down? So it's going to be slowly and quietly again. 308. 308. So you step in 257. 257. Here we are. So now, so what I will do is we're going to go for the boxes again, and we know exactly how to do them without messing anything up. So we know how to get the keys out of the boxes and get that spider in that jar, ultimately what's there. So we're going to move slowly to the boxes in the corner, turn to 200. 200. Okay. Yeah, okay. You first move the creatures. Seeing this, you may either run for the door at the far end of the room or make for the boxes and risk taking on. So 98, we will make for the boxes. Turn to 98. make for the boxes. A golem is slow with which you reach the box. Usually you curse you realize they are all locked. If you struggle with the locks, the golem closes in on you. You may draw a sword and fight the creature. So because I'm quite strong, I'm just going to draw the sword and fight the creature. 303 to draw the sword and fight the creature. Yeah, so he's only 810, so we'll draw this on. Time to get here. This run is going a lot more swimmingly, but we have only... Yeah, so I should be able to win this handily, because I'm 4 points above him, so I get an 11, so... Unless he gets 4, sorry, so that's just him taking a hit. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, yeah. We don't, that 7's not there, but that would have been still the same. That's just a bit, that was just a leftover from the old. So we get a 6. Gets a 5, so that means another hit for him. We get 7. And he gets a 7 actually, so that means another hit. Yeah, this guy should be easy to take on, especially when we've got all this stuff. So 6 is what we get. Eight is what he gets. That's still a win for us. 2. 1 hit away from going down. So 10 for us. 3 for him. That's a win. Goes down to 0 health. Yeah. Okay, so 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7. Right, 1, 4, 7. Okay, so I know which boxes, what the order of the boxes are now. So if I load my notes from the first game. So I tried second box, was bad. First has a key. Yeah, so first has the key. Okay, so golem, room, fight, and win. So we're going to go to second. No, second was bad. So we're going to go... first has a key, which we open the second with. Yeah, so first has a key. Second box bad, first has a key. So we go to first box. That's what we're doing. Yep, so we're going to first box 260. First box 260. That's some struggling. Silver key, so we've got that. So we've got a silver key now. Silver key. And so we open the second with key, so we're going to go to second box. So then it was use the key on the second box, 34, number 34, number 34. Find another key, green key, glowing green key, so you get silver key, glowing green key, glowing green key. first box, second box, then we're going to go to third box. All right. What? The key to, yeah, sorry, 34, yeah. You open and find the key, glowing green metal. Well, you tried this key on the third box. So try the key on the third box, turn to 89 to try the key on the third box. 89. So, yep, so we get a glass jar spider. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, and then we get our glowing green spider. No, not glowing green spider. We get a spider in a jar. So then we've got the spider in a jar. Yep, so that's that then. Right, yep, I'll make for the other door. So turn to 237. 237. Yep, 237. You open the door and step forward into passageway, which runs eastward for several meters, then ends at the foot of the staircase. You climb the stairs and eventually find yourself within a narrow passageway. Short distance ahead, you can see the opening with a large lit room. You press on, turn to 169. 169. Okay, so we're in the armor room. So now we're back in the armor room, not Goylem room. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to investigate suits. I know they're going to come alive and attack me, but I'm going to do it. So investigate the suits of armor 151. The suits of armour are a variety in shape and sizes, and you shiver to think of the strange creatures they must have been made for. Perhaps you may come across some of them. As you examine one particularly grand suit, its hand suddenly rises and whacks you across the face. You stagger back, spitting blood, lose 2 stamina points. But the armour makes no further move, and you decide it may be prudent to continue up the stairs. So yeah, you just get slapped, lose 2 stamina points. So yeah, it's not too big of a deal. But at least now we know what all the options are in that room. So yeah, because the other one was you gain 1 luck and lose 1 stamina, I think. So that one's a neutral option. This one is a purely bad option. So stamina 16. That's not really a big deal though. So which one did I try last time, which was bad? I think it was left. Armor investigate paintings, bath and dye. Look at that. So we tried left is bad. So now we're going to go to right hand staircase. Let's go for it. Or up the right hand staircase, 197 for the right hand, 197. Stairs are worn and creak under your weight. Cautiously, you climb up the balcony. Turn to 363. 363. 363. Three, 6, 3. Okay, yeah. So right just gets you cleanly there. Okay, so right just gets you cleanly there. So right just gets you cleanly there is good. So we know now right is always good. Okay, so we're at the top again as we go to our map. we can see. So we've got the gargoyle room, which we sort of partially explored, but we didn't just straight fight. So what I'm thinking is maybe I think I will go for a full exploration of the gargoyle room. So I'll go right, and this time I will fight the gargoyle. So I'll go right 304. 304 to the gargoyle room. Yeah, there's the artwork. Yep, it's quite large and with various craving. So we see, you know. So right, as you enter the wall, quick HPS. Hopping down off its pedestal, it blocks the way through the room to the door. So the door on the far side. Yeah. What will you do? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go straight for it with the sword. So right is good. Yeah, so I'm going to go right and door to gargoyle. So then we're in there now. Gargoyle room. Right, so now we're just going to fight. So 172 to just fight. Right, okay, so it's kind of weird. The game makes no sense in that way. You can whack a golem made of stone, but you can't go for a gargoyle. So I will go for doesn't work. So sword doesn't work. Attack with sword. So it looks like this gargoyle is pretty specific, you know, as in what hurts it. So it's probably going to be important to fight it. So I'll go for a spell. So I will go for, because we tried the mirror and it was useless last time. So spell 26. Okay. A fire spell, a weakness. So right. I'm going to go for creature copy because the weakness would be really good. So because I have two, it's a bit more difficult here. So let's go back to my sort of sheet. So I'm out of shieldings. I've got two creature copies. So I'll try that and see if I can get that one to be a success. So I'll go a creature copy spell 101. Actually, I'll go for the weakness because then I'll be able to fight directly with the sword. So I'll use my weakness. So I can't hit it with the sword, so I'll try to weaken it before I can hit it with the sword. 3, 4, 5. So did I write down weakness? Weakness. Three, 4, 5. The creature grinds as spell takes enormous weight. Is now a great burn to it. Shambles towards you still. You are able to sidestep it and head for the door on the far side of the room. Okay, so make it to the door. Okay, fine. You can't kill it. So there's going to be a specific way to kill it, and it's going to be important, I reckon, unless it's a complicated dead end. So 140, 140. Yeah, so basically, as I was right, the door in the gargoyle room simply converges to here. So yeah, I think they all probably converge. I don't know what's in here. There's probably going to be a special item you need for the end of the game in here. So yeah. So you climb up to this, right, so you climb the stairs and eventually land on a small landing with 2 doors in front of you. So what did we take last time? We took the left, I believe. So tower landing left. Yep, so we're going to do that again, but we know the rope is a big fat dead end. So we take the left-hand door, turn to 25, which I will do. So, right, cast a strength spell and leap across the trench. So that's what I'm going to do. Do I still have my strength? I believe I do. I never used it. Yeah, strength spell. So we're going to go to... Then we went left. No, we go to tower landing, and then we went left again, left, and then we were in chest room. Yeah, that's that chest room. So, and then we're doing a strength spell. So, strength spell used. Chest room strength spell. Spell. Okay, 133. 133. Okay, right, you cast your spell, which you found you leap easily to the centre room of the trench and break open the lock on the chest. You curse as there is nothing but a good way of lead shut. You leap back across the trench to the other door. The spell is wearing off. Test your luck. If you are lucky, turn to 206. If you are unlucky, okay. So the chest, we know that the chest spell, waste of time. So I hope this isn't I die again if I've bad luck. So I need to test my luck. So if I'm lucky, which I am, 5. So my luck is 7. So yeah, so test luck was lucky. It's the first time I've actually tested my luck this game. So yeah, so that goes down to 6 because I've used luck. Yeah, so we know now that the chest is a dead end. Well, at least we know that now. We've gained the intelligence. So we are lucky, so we go to 206, 206. You leave through the door and find yourself at the foot of another spiral staircase leading up to the Black Tower. Climbing the stairs, you eventually come to a landing where the single door is a way onward. Okay, so now what I will do is I will highlight this. No, highlight this. Draw my map. Draw my map. So we end up at another spiral staircase. So I'll go ding. This the artistry on this map truly is genius, isn't it, lads? So, and I would just say there is another single door here. Yeah, okay. Brilliant. Find yourself at the foot of the spiral leading up to a black tower. Climb the stairs eventually. A single door is the only way onwards. You try the door, it opens slowly. 182. 182. Okay, right, here we are. You feel yourself being sucked into the room. As if by magic, a torch flickers and dies. The room is pitch black. From nowhere, yet everywhere comes a mocking laugh which fills the room. Foolish adventurer, says another voice, which changes its tone from high to low as it speaks. Welcome to the house of the Ganges. So we've heard of them before, we were being fed to them apparently. It will be the last room you ever see. But of course. You cannot see, can you? But we can see you, can't we, brothers? And laughing voices suddenly come from all around you. Suddenly a ghostly white luminous face flies around you. You recoil in horror, throwing yourself on the ground, and begin to feel very frightened. 1 skill, 2 stamina, 1 luck. So 2 skill, 1 skill, 2 stamina, 1 luck. Okay, right. So that goes down to 10. So that's now 10. 2 stamps, that's 1 luck. 5, 14. Okay. So right, so I can't really see, so our sword isn't probably going to do anything here. Fire, well, they are kind of made of fire, but that kind of makes me think it could be a red herring though, so I don't think I have an illusion spell left. Oh, I do. Yeah. I'll try, because it must have been the second spell I used with... Yeah, because I used a fool's gold, so it must have been the second spell. So what I'll do is I will... In the house, so I will just make sure, so I mean... Yeah, chest is dead end. Yeah, so now I'll go to... I'm in the Ganges house. So I will attempt... So attempt illusion spell, because these guys seem like quite intimidating, so... Yeah, so I will attempt an illusion spell 395. Oh yeah, I'll mark out my illusion spell is used as well. Okay, right. Right. So before I read that, I will use that my illusion spell is now used, just to make sure that I've got that locked in. Okay, you cast your spell and concentrate, creating an illusion that you are a powerful sorcerer and you're becoming tired of their pranks, but nothing happens. Again, they laugh, comes at you from all sides. We are magical creatures ourselves, says the voice. Though not such amateurs as you, suddenly you feel a blow in the middle of your back, which knocks you into the middle of the room. Lose 2 stamina points. Were you fumbling in your backpack to something you use joyous saw? Okay. So I lose 2 stamina points, so... Illusion spell was a fail, was a bust. So... I believe I will try the fire spell. It might feed them though. Okay, what am I going to try? So I'm either going to try the silver... right, where are we? Yeah, so you have not tried a fire spell on them. You may also do to 85. It's not going to be drawing the sword, so I'm going to do 322 for the pack. So I'm going to go to the pack. So we know now it's not the illusion spell. Pack is 322 for the pack. $322. Yeah. So we've used the jar of ointment. We don't have the charmed amulet. So we have the spider in the jar though. So the spider in the jar seems awfully specific, so I'm going to try the spider in the jar. Okay. Yeah, we don't have the pocket mirror, so try spider in jar. Spider in jar. Okay, let's see if it's like some secret. Because he was trying to speak to me before, so I tried the spider in the jar. Turn to 39, page 39. You take out the jar, and as you do show the Ganges gas, Rachni says the voice, you have returned. And these words, an invisible sound snatched from the jar and lays it on the ground and opposite you. Spider-Man turns towards you and growls a little growl. You may draw your sword. As the beast got, you must fight the man. Okay, yeah. This is a bit silly. So, the spider in a jar is kind of a bust. So I think it's likely going to be the fire spell or one of the other secret items. It wasn't the mirror, so I don't know where the other items are. So we'll have to figure that out on subsequent playthroughs. So this is a bust. Spider in a jar is bust. Right, so now we fight. Who are we fighting? So we're fighting Spider-Man. Not the actual Spider-Man, though. 7-5. Okay, so enemy skill is 7-5. So I'm still better, but not by that much. Okay, let's roll. I get a 9, so starting off proceedings quite strongly. He gets an 8. So that's a hit. Ooh. My luck is trash, so I'm not going to use it. So I get an 8, so a strong roll. This guy gets a 2, so he's definitely taken hits. So it could be that the spider in a jar is a dead end or is necessary later. So I get a 5. This could be bad. What's he going to roll? A 5 as well. So that means he goes to -1. He's done. Right, so he's done. So if you win without it wounding you, you must... Yeah, so if you win without it wounding you, which we did, you must now face the Ganges with your sword. 2, 4, 8. So 2, 4, 8. A silence spreads over the room. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream comes from one corner, and a hideous face appears in the air. Shooting towards you, screaming as it comes, your hair stands on end and your legs turn to jelly. Somehow you manage to reach the door. You fling it open and through. However, you have forgotten that you are in a high tower and the balcony has no railing. You tumble over the edge straight down. If you have a levitation spell, turn to 103. Okay, so do I have the levitation spell? I do. Okay, yeah, so spider in a jar bust. 1, the fight. Win the fight. Need levitation to survive there's gotta be. Could it just be the fire spell, or is there some magical artifact? You know, somewhere. Maybe there's a magical artifact in that room I haven't explored yet, or something which can kill the Ganges. Okay, need levitation to survive. I use levitation. So the quest continues. If you have a levitation spell, turn to 103. You cast your spell, but nothing happens. You fall down from the tower, finally landing in a fatal crash on the floor below. The fearsome creatures have robbed you of your magic, and now you're like, well, that's a bit of a cheat. You have failed your mission, so that's where it ends for today. Got a lot of great intel, and I filled in a lot more of the map. So I'm thankful for that. So yeah, it looks like that spider thing is a spider in a jar. It's just a dead end, and you can just walk past. Oh well. Right. So need levitation to survive. It didn't work anyway. Not even work. And yeah, dead. So there's two perfectly good heroes vanished into the ether. So again, but we have to look at it this way. We filled in a lot of intelligence. So we know now that Tornado Woman, you just be rude to her and she goes, simple as, you go to these guys to get a lot of items early on. You know, this is a dead end down here. You didn't really gain anything from it. So I've got this and this to explore. You will always probably be pushed. You will always be pushed back using the reception to here anyway. I believe all routes will have to go there. All the wine is a bust. You just ignore the wine. Yeah, both these two doors. The other two, which are not the copper wine cellar, go to the same thing, which is fine. So wine is a bust. Golem room just looks like a bust. Unless the spider is needed for something specific later. But yeah, so again, you know, the Ganges, I'll draw the Ganges house. Oh yeah, we learned the correct name to get through the front door as well. So I'll draw that in. Yep. So yeah, it's going to be something really specific. So I'm guessing it's one of those items which is going to be down here somewhere. Oh well, live and learn. We've lived and we've learned a lot. Well, we've died, but so anyway, that I will see you guys on the next. So yeah, I'll say this. You know, I have been Ivermectin, and you have again been my adoring fans. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Fighting Fantasy.